This is Peyton Coomer with Sociological Self-Portrait number 3, The Development of Self and Agents of Socialization. So the first agent of socialization that I talked about was my family. And I talked about how growing up, early on it was just me and my dad and my brother and sister. Yeah, I was kind of at the time living between my aunt and grandma's house, and so it wasn't until later on that I met my stepmom and stepbrothers. This really shaped me early on. Made me very concerned with what my dad thought about me as a man. Politically, my family's always been very conservative people. I myself am conservative, and I've always kind of been taught that it's okay to go against the flow as long as you're doing what is right. I had a very limited social network growing up because I was always at home. My dad liked for everybody to be at home most of the time. Didn't have very much money for sports or anything like that, so I was limited in that aspect as far as socialization as well. So yeah, my family played a big role in that. Peer groups. I haven't had a whole lot of very close friends or peer groups per se. I've been in clubs and things like that. For example, I was part of FCA, which, it's Fellowship of Christian Athletes, so of course how I presented my image became very important to me while I was in there. I strived to act in a way that would reflect my Christian values. I was also part of the choir when I was in high school, which formed what I think is a major part of me, which is my love for music in general. I love to hear music of all types, especially things that are very artsy in an aspect. Workplace as an agent of socialization. I've worked through many places in my life. Fun fact: I've worked in pretty much every chicken place in the county. I've kind of come to the reputation of being the chicken man. I think work has been one of the biggest places as far as what has built me to who I am today. It taught me one of the harsh truths of life is that it's not fair, and we a lot of the time don't get what we want. It also taught me how to be an advocate for myself and to not allow me to get dragged through the mud per se. It also played a big part in developing little small things for me, like things that I like to do. For example, I like to cook, but I am absolutely terrible at it. But I do bake a lot, and so I enjoy doing that. My church is an agent of socialization. This is probably the biggest impact on me as far as developing who I am. Everything from like music to dress to how I talk, and even just like my outlook on the world. Like for example, prior to church and stuff, I just thought the world just kind of was what it was. But I've kind of come to an understanding through it that it's just a broken place with a lot of hurt people. And that we have to treat everybody with respect because we're all in the same boat, even if we're very different in how how we reflect that. It's definitely been the one place where my social network has probably expanded the most. I've met a lot of people that I would call a friend through there. Um, as far as like hobbies and things that I pertain to, the type of music I listen to is very different than what most people today in college would listen to, just because I feel like it could go against the standard of Christianity to listen to a lot of like what is listened to today. Mass media is an agent of socialization. So growing up, I wasn't really allowed to have like any social media per se. So it didn't really affect me a whole lot because I never knew what was going on. However, news and stuff definitely shaped me because I did watch a lot of news. I still do watch a lot of news. It kind of opened my eyes to how I view the world. Like, for example, I've come to realize that the news isn't always true, and it's definitely biased most of the time. So I try to have an open mind when I speak to people, and I try to be an understanding person. And, you know, sometimes we just have to agree to disagree, even if we can't come to, you know, an agreement. The biggest way that the news has probably shaped me through mass media is just being able to be informed and know what's going on. It allows you to, as you know what's going on, you can kind of form your opinions of the world, and it allows you to either, you know, grow stronger in your beliefs or maybe change your beliefs, you know, just based on how you feel about the world around you. But anyways, that's the end of my slideshow presentation. So I'm peace out.